Okay, so sorry for the delay. This happens from time to time. Work just decided to let us out really, really late, so I didn't get anything done today. So sucks to suck, but I'll do as much as I can. It's like about to be 7:30, so I'll try to work on this for an hour. If I haven't, excuse me, if I have enough time, I'll try to get more of the Virus one done. But it is what it is. Like they let us out way too late today, and we were just overall just busy. I didn't even have a chance to actually work on this during lunchtime. So we're not gonna delay. We're just gonna get right into this. So we're gonna be talking about the sensory and sound deprivation. Let's see. So, in horror games, sound isn't just an accessory, it's a weapon wielded to manipulate the player's emotion and sense of control. Our brains rely heavily on audio cues to interpret our surroundings and anticipate danger. When this trusted channel is disrupted or weaponized, it evokes a primal and unsettling feeling of vulnerability. I like it. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna be upgrading this microphone. I'm gonna be getting a Sennheiser. This is the microphone that actually came with the mixer that I ended up getting. It's straight for what it is, but I feel like we definitely need to upgrade the quality a little tiny bit. frustrates me about situational awareness. I clearly don't have that when I'm playing Dark Souls. Give me 1 second. I'm just thinking about this. Just give me a minute. There's there's a lot I can add, but I just don't want to add like redundant information. Again, I'm trying to get this released by Thursday at the latest, so I will be working back and forth between this and the Vera one, but definitely by Thursday, this is probably gonna get released. It's just a lot that I have to actually go through with this one. In horror games, sound isn't just an accessory, it's a weapon wielded to manipulate the player's emotion and sense of control. Our brains rely heavily on audio cues to interpret our surroundings and anticipate danger. When this trusted channel is disrupted or weaponized, it evokes a primal and unsettling feeling of vulnerability. One of the most common techniques is muffling or distorting environmental sounds. When familiar noises, footsteps, breathing, or distant voices are muted or warped, the player's sense of situational awareness collapses. This deprivation creates a sensory void where danger could lurk anywhere, and the player's instinct to listen to threats is thwarted. Yikes. This deprivation creates a sensory void where danger could lurk anywhere, and the player's instinct to threats is thwarted. And the player's instinct to listen to threats is thwarted. This uncertainty creates anxiety because the brain struggles to fill in the gaps, often imagining threats far worse than reality. Okay, so far so good. And the thing is, there's so much we can add to this, but I'm at 6 pages. But it's all good. The longer the better, I guess. I like going extremely in depth when it comes to these. Again, there is so much I can add right now. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I can actually add. It would help if I actually turn. If it would help if I actually turn this on. I'm about to get blinded. Forgot to put that in. Sorry about that. I don't realize how much of a role sound plays in like horror in general. Especially dead silence, which I'll talk about right now. An example of this is again, we use Resident Evil as an example. Um before the plant before the plant you have to use the earth to actually kill. You hear the zombies hitting outside the window. That gives you an indicator like, hey, the zombies right outside. After you finish solving the puzzle, like before you solve the puzzle, you'll hear like the little noise. Hey, look, there's a zombie. Hey, good shit. What's up, dude? You solve the puzzle. As soon as you get out the door, you don't hear it no more. Dead silence. And as soon as you walk past the windows, crash right through the windows. Perfect example right there. There goes my protein shake. I'm sad. I can add a little bit more. After I'm finished adding a little bit more, I'll read it over again just to be on the safe side. I cannot fucking spell right now. Excuse my French. Well, just ignore that. I cannot fucking spell right. Again, there's so much we can add. I just don't want this to be. Of course, you feel like you've written like a manuscript, but it's only been like a paragraph. In horror games, sound isn't just an accessory. It's a weapon wielded to manipulate the player's emotion and sense of control. Our brains rely heavily on audio cues to interpret our surroundings and anticipate danger. When this trusted channel is disrupted or weaponized, it evokes a primal and unsettling feeling of vulnerability. One of the most common techniques is muffling or distorting of environmental sounds. When familiar noises, footsteps, breathing, or distant voices are muted or warped, the player's sense of situational awareness collapses. This deprivation creates a sensory void where danger could lurk anywhere, and the player's instinct to listen to threats distorted. Excuse me. Yeah. And the player's instinct to listen to threats distorted. This uncertainty creates anxiety because the brain struggles to fill in the gaps, often imagining threats far worse than reality. The use of off-screen noises, sounds that come from beyond the player's immediate field of vision, amplifies this tension. I gotta take like a little break right there. So, the use of off-screen noises, pause. Sounds that come from beyond the player's immediate field of vision, pause. Amplifies this tension. A faint creak, a whisper, or anything that could cause the player to jump provokes a flight or flight response. A faint creak, a whisper, or anything that could cause the player to jump provokes a flight or fight response. The player's mind races to locate the source, but this pursuit is often futile. This dissonance between hearing a threat and not seeing it intensifies feelings of helplessness and paranoia. Then there is the moments of dead silence. Then there's the moments of dead silence, the sudden and total absence of sound. Silence in a horror game is never neutral. It signals that something is wrong or something is about to happen. The silence traps the player in heightened anticipation. The silence traps the player in heightened anticipation, where every heartbeat, breath, or distant echo is magnified. The pause in auditory stimuli becomes oppressive as the player waits, frozen, for the inevitable intrusion of terror. There's so much I can add. That was my funny bone. I gotta remember I gotta get a pop filter. Okay, we've talked about that. We've talked about music now. I'm gonna do a few more minutes so I can actually give myself a little break. Then I'll come back and I'll do the Vera one. That's the best I can do for tonight. Tomorrow, hopefully, work cooperates and I can actually get more streaming time. Because again, we need to get these videos done. Well, yeah, we need to get these scripts done before I can even do the video. Dynamic music, which is always fun. That's Okay. So we did about 30 minutes. Okay. Uh, I know that's not a lot, but we got this started. So again, I apologize, but work literally made me not have any time to actually do any streaming today. So we did about 30 minutes worth of work. Tomorrow, once I have some free time, I'll continue more with this. So we started this section. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll carry on with the next one. So I'll take a little break. I'll come back and I'll continue with the bigger one. Other than that, we